Morris, and this is 700 Days to Live, your passport to curiosity, big ideas, and global citizenship in a world that won't stop changing. I'm going to do a mini-series on what I've called my personal manifestos on the website, beginning with the one that goes, if something doesn't change your life every day, you're not living. I've always thought we accord far too much respect to the phrase, it changed my life, uttering it in hushed tones, and as often for dramatic things like bereavement or chronic illness as for more uplifting things like a book that gives you a new perspective or a person who changes the way you think. No, it's my firm view that your life should be changing with each passing day. A random comment that leads to a new discovery, a hitherto unexplored bookshop that yields unending treasures, a person you get to know who introduces you to another person whose sister becomes your wife. Those who've known me a while are well aware that one of my favorite words in the English lexicon is one that few people know and even fewer use in daily discourse. And that word is, of course, protean. It comes from Proteus, the ancient sea god of Greek mythology, who stands as a powerful symbol of change and adaptability. Known as the Old Man of the Sea, Proteus was famed for his ability to tell the future, but even more for his refusal to give up secrets easily. When approached, he would shift shape into animals, water, trees, and more, escaping grasp by virtue of his endless transformations. To obtain his wisdom, one had to hold on through all these metamorphoses, an ordeal immortalized in the story of Menelaus in Homer's Odyssey. But you don't need to know all that to vibe with the adjective, which simply means versatile or ever-changing, a reminder that wisdom and fulfillment are often achieved not by remaining fixed, but by adapting to everything life can throw at you, or, in Bruce Lee's immortal phrase, by being like water. Let's face it, everyone and everything changes. Even dead things keep decomposing. So it's a fact of life and death. The big question then becomes, do you change out of volition and indeed out of joy, or because you're forced to, kicking and screaming? Also, what are the sides of the changes we're talking about? There's no answer to that. It's whatever you're prepared to do in order to grow. As a mini master of the art, I've changed more countries and languages than I can remember, as well as religions, a handful of diets, and 2 marriages. Now, I'm not suggesting for a second that you have to go that far, but the more you change, the more you become open to its possibilities and potential. But why change at all? The reasons are legion. To escape stagnation, respond to new opportunities, adapt to shifting circumstances, or discover deeper truths about ourselves. Life itself is never static. The world transforms continually, from personal relationships and inner beliefs to society and the environment. By embracing change, we open ourselves up to learning, resilience, and the possibility of a richer, more vibrant existence. Change can bring us new challenges, but with it comes a greater capacity for adaptation and self-discovery. It invites us to continually review our values and aspirations, and can lead to a renewed sense of purpose and belonging. Yet despite these potential rewards, many people find change difficult, and powerful forces can hold us back. Foremost among these is the fear of the unknown. The mind clings naturally to what is familiar and predictable, the routines and patterns that provide comfort and the illusion of control. Any uncertainty about the future can unleash anxiety, making new directions appear risky or even dangerous. We may also resist letting go of established habits, even those that are no longer beneficial, simply because they offer security and continuity with the past. Emotional attachments, fear of loss, and concerns about possible failure all reinforce this reluctance, sometimes outweighing a rational understanding of the need for change. Perhaps biggest of all, and I know this from personal experience, that this is a factor for many readers and viewers in this community, is the fear of what other people will think. Family members, friends, neighbors, or wider society in many cultures contrive to keep us in our place, and we in turn fear losing people if we transform our lives and gently move out of their orbit. Other barriers involve the complex architecture of our minds. When change threatens core beliefs or the way we see ourselves, it can create an uncomfortable sense of cognitive dissonance. We may dig in our heels when our identity is challenged, preferring to justify the present rather than risk the turmoil of transformation. Practical issues also play a role. When the benefits of change are unclear or poorly communicated, motivation wanes. If change feels overwhelming, or if there's no network of support, the sheer effort required can feel paralyzing. These challenges are compounded when multiple changes arrive at once, making personal agency feel small in a sea of change. Nevertheless, as the myth of Proteus suggests, wisdom emerges not from resisting change, but from holding fast through the tempest of transformation. To change is to be alive, to adapt, and to meet both fortune and adversity with a flexible, open heart. While fear and inertia may constrain, the courage to embrace change yields its own reward, a more flexible, resilient, and fulfilled self, ready to meet the world in all its multifaceted forms. Thanks for listening. Join the journey at 700 Days to Live on all social media and at 700daystoLive.com. And if you want the inside scoop, sign up to our circle group. Hit the link in the bio. See you there.